Hi, I'm Tina Ann Middleton, author of the Forestville series, and I would like to welcome you to the writing journey, where we encourage and inspire each other as writers. Today, I'm going to talk about where do we get the inspiration for our books and for our stories. We'll be right back. So where can we get inspiration for stories? Where can we get ideas for stories? You know, sometimes we might have an idea, but it's so vague we can't really pin it down. Sometimes we don't have an idea at all. We're just sitting there looking at a blank computer screen saying, now what? But there are places that we can get ideas. Perhaps you've read a story or seen a movie and it's made you think of, well, I like that story, but I think I would tell a story like this. Now, of course, you don't want to copy the movie or somebody else's book or story. That's plagiarism. And as writers, we respect each other too much for that, right? But it could give you ideas. You know, you might read one about a murder and they solve it this way. And you can come up with your own murder mystery and have them solve it a different way. And it's still your story. You just got some ideas from reading or watching that other story. So that's a way that you can do it. I actually came up with ideas for my novels from things that happened to me as I was growing up. I was the wimpy kid that was an easy target for bullies. And so in my imagination, I thought up scenes of how somebody would deal with a bully better than I did. My way was to stand there and cry. That doesn't really work too well. But in my books, they don't stand there and cry. They do something. You could probably think of some things like that too. How would you have your character handle it? Would they defend themselves really well? Would they negotiate their way out of it? So that's some inspiration right there. How would they handle it? What would they do? Sometimes something that somebody says can get you thinking of a story or even just a scene, a dialogue. I can't tell you how many times I've been part of a conversation or listening to a sermon or a Sunday school lesson. Somebody says something and my brain wants to go off and think of a dialogue in a story or a scene or something like that. I do most of the time manage to bring my attention back to where I'm supposed to be. But, you know, as writers, I guess that's an occupational hazard. We're going to hear something, it's going to make us think of something. And there you go. You got a scene, you got a story. People watching. Now, I don't do this myself too much, but some people like to just sit like at a mall or a park and watch people. And as you watch, you can start wondering, who are they? What are they talking about? What's going on? You can ask yourself, what if? What if that was actually an industrial espionage expert? What if that's a FBI agent? So you see, use those words, what if. That helps a lot. What if the heroine is a school teacher who has her ex-narcotics detective brother's dog? So we can get ideas from watching people. Something that you don't want to have happen to you. Oh, I remember watching horror movies when I was a kid. It was my brother's idea, it wasn't mine. Horror movies are scary to me. I don't like to watch them. That's why they call them horror movies. But you can think of things like that. You know, again, that what if. You're laying in bed and you hear a sound. What if? Take that what if, turn it into a story. What if I was kidnapped and shipped off to an island somewhere? Write a story about it. Not about yourself, of course, but somebody that gets kidnapped and shipped off to an island somewhere. You can use pictures, even something like a picture from a calendar. Take a look at what's going on in the picture. Who are the people in there? What are they talking about? Where are they going? What are they going to do today? And you can take a story from that. So there are just so many ways that we can get inspiration. It's really fun when you think about it. If you find yourself stuck for ideas, look around you. Our world is full of ideas. There are sources of inspiration in the everyday things that we do or see or hear. Let me encourage you to send me your comments about how you find inspiration. And please follow me on Facebook and on Twitter, on my Amazon author page. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Be sure to ring the bell so you know when the next video goes up. I hope you find inspiration today and that you have a great week.